Hey, so I'm here to share a perspective real quick. And part of it is that I wanted to share how you are not broken, I am not broken. None of us are broken. We are all born completely valuable, resourceful, whole, capable, resilient, perfect. We were born that way. It's just along the way we lose sight of that due to so many different things that happen in our lives and the stories we end up telling ourselves. And here is another thing. Suffering is part of our human experience. And I've been beating myself up in this area as well. Suffering can be a wide variety of things, and it means something different to each person. And sometimes the suffering may not be as intense as other sufferings, but that's not the point. The point is, sometimes we find ourselves continually in the same type of suffering. It's the same flavor all the time, and we cannot figure out why the hell we can't get out of it. And one of my coaches has shared something that she's heard, which is super helpful, and it is, you can't fix a problem with the brain that created it. So sometimes our minds have certain thoughts and that's all they know, and other thoughts just are not available to us because we just aren't aware that they exist. That's the beauty of life coaching, because you are able to have somebody work with you that is legitimately outside. They're able to look at your situation from the outside, and they're able to see things more clearly for you to help you see the things. Sometimes it's just there's a thought that was blocking you from noticing something, or maybe there's something that keeps you focusing in one direction to avoid something else. There's lots of different things in this, but we don't need to beat ourselves up. This is where I was going with this. We do not need to beat ourselves up for continually being in that same suffering, no matter how many years have gone by and we see ourselves doing the same thing over and over. And we're like, if you're like me and you've realized, I am the creator of my reality, and my thoughts and my beliefs and all of that lead to the decisions I make that lead to the life that I am living. So anything that's coming my way, it's all my fault. You ever feel that? And I realized that's like hitting this martyrhood. That's basically being the queen of victim mentality, because now we're just kicking ourselves and we're berating ourselves when I was just listening to a podcast this morning, and there was stuff that she was talking about, and it freaking hit me that she pointed out that sometimes you're not ready and open to end the suffering. And I'm like, holy crap, because she said that it's a human experience. And I'm like, how many people have inspired me or helped me with things that have gone through some serious, massive amounts of shit that's molded them to be the person that can hold space for me and help me. And then I realized, holy crap, that whole saying where you are right where you are supposed to be and you need to be had a whole new meaning to it. A lot of the times in hindsight, we can see the benefits that have come from something. But when you're living in the shit, it's hard to notice that. It's hard to accept that, especially if you feel like it's been going on literally forever for you. And then I had this image of a blacksmith who's sticking his ore or whatever into the fire to mold it into something. And that has to be in the fire. The fire needs to be hot, stoked and hot enough. It's got to be at the right temperature. You've got to keep the metal in there for a good period of time. So time and temperature and pressure. And then they can pull it out and they can mold it. And then they have to put it back in the fire, because it's not like that one time is going to do it. And then they bring it back out and they mold it. And this, depending on what's being done, this can take multiple cycles of that. And that whole time you're in the fire, that's the suffering. And the molding is not a comfortable thing either. It's a reformation of how you used to be. It's still you, but now you're moving towards something. You're having a purpose and you're molding into that purpose. So like a phoenix, you're coming out from the fire. And there is so much that can be gained from just thinking along that line. I've got to get going. But in order to be able to be okay with a certain the current situation, the status quo, which has been a struggle for me as well. Like, how can I be okay with this shit that I'm dealing with? This is not okay of shit. And to be like, okay, I need to work my way and learn how to be out of this shit is to say that it's not okay and that I need to be better and I need to get out of it. But the thing is we get so caught up on focusing on what we need to do to get to the next level that we forget that we are already fucking awesome. We've been through a lot of shit. We're still here. If you're still here today, I don't care how old you are. If you're still here today, you got up this morning and you're facing the day, no matter if you feel like it's going to be the shittiest day in the world or it might be okay or whatever, you got up today. So you're perfect. And just do your best. And your best is going to vary depending on what's going on with you, where you're going through. Did you even get any sleep last night? Are you sick? Is there a big thing happening in your family or with one of your friends? But just do your best, which doesn't mean that you're trying to meet some like high marker up in the sky and that's the best that you're aiming for. No, the best is you being just the best version of you that you can be today. Even if that just means that you say a kind sentence to yourself today and you honor yourself a little bit today. You give yourself a couple extra minutes for something. And when you're ready to finally, for real, end the suffering, when whatever lesson or strength that needed to be gained from being in that fire is finally starting, like you're like, oh, okay, I'm ready for the next level. That's when you're ready for getting into life coaching and having somebody help you through. And it's okay to also need to go to a psychologist or a psychiatrist. It's okay to need medication to help your brain slow down or organize your thoughts better so that you're able to become more receptive to new ideas and thoughts and habits. And because it's not easy. Personal growth is not easy. It is extremely, extremely rewarding, but it is not easy, okay? So I just wanted to jump on and share that if anybody hasn't told you lately, you are whole, you are perfect, you are amazing. Everything that you need for whatever it is for you is inside of you. And sometimes we just lose sight of that. And it's very important that we create boundaries that help us to be able to give ourselves the space to find that, and also to only let in the people that are going to help us with that and that love us for that, as opposed to just being available to everybody. So you're amazing. Talk to you later.